Hello everyone, in this video we will see about implementation of file system. So the next topic in implementation of file system is allocation methods. So first method here is contiguous. An allocation method refers how the disk is used for saving the file. So contiguous allocation is a method which was used earlier stages where file occupies set of continuous blocks of memory in the disk. Best performance in most cases. Only starting location, if you know the starting location and end location, then you can access the file. Problem is like finding space for the file which is fitting exactly is difficult, and external fragmentation will be there and need computation offline, or means downtime or online time. And the problem here is if the file is stored in a limited size, where exactly same size and the continuous blocks, if the file needs to be added with some more data, if the file size increases, then it has to find one more location and relocation is needed. In contiguous memory location, if you see in the directory file count, if I take the count, its starting address is 0 and length is 1. So counts file is resided on from the block 0 to 1, taking 2 blocks. If I take the file mail, I have it starts with the start block 19 and length of the file is 6. So mail starts at the residence 19th block and continuous 6, like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. 6 blocks is continuously allocated for that file. Allocation methods. Next one is linked allocation. Each file is linked with a list called, like in the method of linked list for the blocks. File ends at a nil pointer. No external fragmentation. Each block contains pointer to next block. No compactation or external fragmentation because the files are not saved in continuous order. A free space management system called when new block need to be allocated to a file. So there is no relocation of file to the whole new place if the file grow. Improve efficiency by clustering blocks into group but increases internal fragmentation. Reliability can be a problem here, and locating a block can make input output and disk to seek the information. So if I take the example of linked allocation for the file Jeep, it is started at the 9, ends at 25. So this is the end block and starting block. So first block will have the next block's link address. So next block is stored in first block is at 9, the next block is at, we should see the arrow, go to 16, 16 to 1, 1 to 2, 1, then 2 to 25. 25 block, instead of next block's address, it will end with null pointer. So file allocation table will be the directory entry, the directory name and start block address. So the start block address will have the address of the block, and each block will have the linked list to the next block, and the last block will have -1 or null pointer stating that the file ends there. Next one is allocation method using indexing. Each file has its own index block of pointer and to its data block. Logical view will be like this. Each file will have one index block. How it is accessed is, file will have index block 19. In the index block 19, it will state what is the first block, second block, third block, 4, 5 and the remaining blocks. So index block only contains the information what are the blocks the file is saved and which is the first block, second, means what is the, in what order the file blocks are utilized. So index allocation problem is, if the index block is too small, it will suffer from internal fragmentation and it will not be able to hold enough pointers if the file is very large. Solution is 3 mechanism to deal with this problem. One is linked scheme. To allow large file, link several index block. It is like first index block will be created. If the index blocks grow more than a block, one more index block is created, and these two index blocks are linked using linked allocation method. Only index blocks are linked. Next is multi-level index block, where first level index block points to second level, which in turn point to the file block. Next one is combined scheme. First few pointer point to directory blocks, and then next few pointer point to indirect blocks. Next is free space management. In free space management, file system maintains one free space list which tracks the available blocks or cluster. Bit vector or bitmap is used for every block. Based on the bit value, we can tell the bit is the block is copied or not. So if the bit value is 1, the block is free. If the bit value is 0, then the block is copied. Based on the bit value assigned to the block, we can find which block is free and which block is copied. This can be done with the help of free frame list. So free space management, it can be done with one more method called linked free space, where you will be again having a linked list. All the free spaces will be linked to one another. If you go to the free space 2, then it will have the linked address or link address to the next block which is free. No need to transfer the entire list. You can find each free frame. No waste of space is required, like keeping one free space list and keeping track of each frame. Next one is by grouping and by counting. In grouping, the address of n free blocks are stored, and in the first free block, and first n minus 1 of these blocks are actually free. In counting, it takes advantage of fact that generally several contiguous blocks may be allocated or freed simultaneously. So one block which is free will be updated with the number of contiguous blocks is free after that free block. So based on that, counting free space management works. So I hope you understood these topics.